Good morning, welcome to the video. I'm still in Wakefield. I don't know what we're doing today, but I do know that we had dinner. We had dinner with a family of rats last night. Would you believe it, honestly? Okay, and we had our very own rat whisperer trying to interview the rats for YouTube. But anyway, guys, I'll put some clips in here now. So this is what a dinner party looks like in a micro camper. Pasta okay?
Yeah.
Pasta okay? Can I put that on YouTube? Right, so we've got B, the rat whisperer, spotted some of her little friends in their little house over there. And we don't judge. We're okay with little houses around here. And I think B's gonna try and get a YouTube interview with them.
Gonna be on YouTube. What's your name? It's just your bum. I can't. Cool.
So our furry little rodent friends were not in the mood to be interviewed whatsoever and declined to answer any questions at all. Never mind. Upwards and upwards. This morning I thought, you know, I've got a couple of days to be said. I can go Peak District or Lake District and go walking. You know, I thought Buttermere is not a massive walk to walk around the lake. I don't think, anyway, from what I've seen on YouTube videos. I could do that for a change. I realise it's quite a drive from here, just to go for a couple of days, so I kind of scrapped that one. I thought about Peak District, because Peak District's only an hour from here. I thought, oh, okay, I can do Mamtor Circular sort of thing. I know you can buy a route map from the tourist information shop down there. Anyway, whilst I was having that conversation with myself, I was in the Revolut. That's where I filmed the last clip. Not Revolut, Revolution. Instead of taking my bag to the tumble dryer and putting everything in the bag and carrying it back sensibly, or making 2 trips instead of 1, I tried to scoop everything up like this, woof, and carry it back, which I did. I got everything in there and I'm feeling kind of smug. I thought, well done, you've got everything on in one go. I left my side door open, ready to just chuck it in so I can then fold it up and stuff. Well, I didn't realise that well, I did, because I've been going there for ages, but I didn't see the yellow flexible bollard thing, you know, that tells you where the corner of the washing machine station is, I guess, bright yellow, because the washing piled up in front of my face, and I walked straight into it, and it's flexible, so it bends, but I then try to step over it and around it and all this sort of thing, try not to fall on the floor with face full of washing. And I managed that, but then in doing so I pulled a muscle in my calf and in my back of my thigh, and now my leg's absolutely bloody killing me. So it looks like the walk or the hike is off for now. But anyway, it is what it is, right? And you gotta get on with it. So I'm gonna go find a spot to park in so I can sort out my my laundry, fold it and put it away. I'm not there anymore now. I had to come across to McDonald's to use the toilet. Well, I finally arrived. It's quite an eventful journey because, as you may know, I do have autism, and that does come with a certain degree of anxiety and all the rest of it. And so I set off and I changed my mind, and I said things like, oh, I won't say the name of the phone, it's an Apple phone, you know, but I said, cancel navigation and take me back to Wakefield. Multiple times throughout the journey I changed my mind. Then I changed destinations to Filey, to Doncaster, to Wakefield, to Cleethorpes, and oh, excuse me. And yeah, so it took me ages to get here, and I probably drove a lot more miles than I otherwise would do, you know. Now I've got here, it's quite lovely actually, and there's a family stood out there right next to the van, so I don't want to really take you out there to right now and do talking. It's very, very windy. I don't have an external microphone. I think I will order one, maybe even this month. because I think the wind's going to spoil any narration I give you as I walk around, which will be a real shame. Now, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 motorhomes in front of me and at least another 5 behind me. So this is a very popular park up for motorhomes, and they're not even trying to be stealthy. They've just thrown up the silver screens, etc. They don't care. I can't see any parking restrictions down here. I can't see any paint display or anything like that, but as I get out I think I will ask and see if there is any, just because I don't want a parking ticket, right? And the flags are cracking. Let me turn you around. So yeah, when I say the flags are cracking, I mean the flags are cracking. So that's how windy it is. And there's some of the motorhomes that we can see. And there we go, it's kicking up a bit rough. Look at the wind farm out at Ocean. I knew we had an offshore wind farm, but I didn't really realise it was that extensive. It's quite impressive. Wow, the engineering that's got is that, it's amazing. And it's not cold, it is windy, but it is not cold at all. And down there is all of the kind of touristy things, so that's where I'm going to head right now. And if I can spot anybody, I'll ask them about parking and paying and stuff. Right, so I was just asking some people about parking restrictions. They didn't seem to know, but they seem to agree with me that there isn't any, because none of these vehicles got tickets in the windows or parking permits or anything. And yeah. Anyway, take there somewhere, might be able to see me. And there's 5 or 6 motorhomes down there. There's a 7th camper van, of course. 8, 9, 10, 11. There's at least 11 camper vans on this road, excluding me. So I reckon it's going to be absolutely fine to park here overnight. So I had it confirmed by another local. It's absolutely fine to camp down here for a night or two. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So just a nice little gateway to the beach, I think. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. There's all sorts of things to do around here. There's a big fair down there for the kids. There's a big massive bouncy castle thing here for the kids. You know, I dare say it's probably not very healthy for the parents' wallet, but lots of things for the kids to do. There's an amusement arcade over there. I might pay that a little visit in a little minute. And there's even bingo. Fantasy Island as well. Good grief. That was it when we were kids. So I couldn't resist. 10 quid, fish, chips, peas. That's not too bad actually. Well, I'm on my way back to the van now and I bought myself an inverter, would you believe? I don't know if it works, it was only a tenner. So I'll give it a little whirl when we get back. And yeah, people are out in full force now. Got pop-tops going on and everything. So yeah, I don't think I need to be worried about where I parked. I would like to turn it around though. I don't want to do it just yet because I think I might end up losing my spot if I do. So yeah. Well, I'm back at the man, obviously. And I'm going to risk it for a biscuit and turn this van around. So I want my sliding door to be on the pavement side instead of on the road side. And I did walk past a few empty spots further up, which is actually better. Those empty slots were near the closest to the toilets, so I'm happy about that. If I can get down there. And I spoke to a couple of locals who recommended a couple of pubs and restaurants. So yeah, very good. Let's spin around here if I can. Now, I did have fish and chips for my dinner because, you know the rule, you've got to pay something, no matter how small, back into the community that you're in. I think that's a really good idea. And I was starving hungry, I was getting hangry. And I'm awful when I start to get hangry. You won't like me when I'm hungry. Name the TV series, if you can. Oh, there's somebody coming down here. I'll pull in here to let him through. And then reverse it in behind this black car if I can. Right. I think it's time. I got out of here, got some fresh air. And I'm going to walk up there to the loos and see if they're still open. Well, I'm not being funny, but I'd be a bit anxious if I was sleeping in that pop top with all this wind. a bit bracy, shall we say. Kicking up big time. There I am. I might move it up a little bit down to here when I come back. So I'm creeping further and further towards the end. These at Lou's, oh, they've got these outside showers as well, which are pretty cool. There's 2 or 3 of them. There's another one here, and another one down end there. So this is the disability toilet. This one is still open down, so that's good. They were open. And yeah, let's have a little walk down the front. They're the castles. Well, not castles, but you know, castle-like buildings from earlier, and I love them. I think they're great. I love how they're symmetrical, identical to each other, but in positioned symmetrically, so to speak. That's cool. I didn't go beyond this part earlier, so that's quite cool. Bikers night at the Castle Cafe on Thursdays. Brilliant. And there's a bike show on the 17th of August, so might be worthwhile coming down to see that. Coastguard. These are all the rides down here for those people interested. That's a good one right there. Sizzler. They're about the only bikes I'm capable of riding these days. Back to the blue one on its back wheel. And Storage Weekend Defender. All of that. The waltzers. They're a bit boring looking, aren't they? Just plain metallic, plain metal. And the cars that you're riding. Okay. Now I didn't come down here. How much would you love to live there? That'd be ace, wouldn't it? I love the colour of the houses as well. They've got into the whole Ballamore thing going on there. So it's approaching 10 o'clock now, and I've just been to the loo. My last visit to the loo for the day, I hope. And good to know that although the general toilets, the able-bodied toilets are all locked up, the disabled toilets are not. As insofar as you can use your disability or radar key. So I've got that peace of mind that I'm able to use that facility if I really need to during the night. And I have just had a curry for my tea. So, you know, it's a thing. So when I get around this corner, I just want to show you some of the lights. I was shocked when I got out of the van. I looked over the seawall. I saw all these flashing lights out at sea. I was quite shocked to see them all. I wasn't expecting that. But they're all, I suppose, marker lights for the windmills, and of course the oil rigs, etc. Right, let me just come over here and I'll spin you around. I don't know if this camera's going to pick them up very well, but I'll give it a go. And this one over here has got spectacular. If it shows up on the camera, there. And then a red light at the top of the wind turbines. Oh, we're back at the van now, just by there. Great spot because we've got the bin. We've also got the steps down to the beach. I'm not going to go down to the beach because of course the tide is in, but I'll give you a little peek. Oh, my leg's still killing me, so I'll use a handrail. Ow. There we go. That's the bottom of the steps. The bottom steps down there somewhere. So yeah, I'm not going to go down there. That'd be crazy. But yeah, it's cutting up rough there. So I've got those lovely sounds to keep me going as I sleep there. through the night. Oh, good morning. Slept like an absolute tot. It's about 9 o'clock now. I've already been up to Blues once. Done my tea, done my bits and pieces. You know what I mean? I'll go into details. And as I was getting out of the van earlier, I just dropped my bag off back at the van. And as I was getting out of the van earlier, I was greeted by a local. I thought he was going to have a go at me, you know, because sometimes you never know. But it was so friendly, so nice. Asked me how I'm doing, how am I during my stay, and what do you think for Withernsea, and all that sort of thing. And even gave me advice as to where's the best place to go is for breakfast. So I'm going to head there right now. I was going to have breakfast in the van, but I think I'll head down there. So there's less cooking going on in the van and less mess, because you know then you end up with wastewater you've got to deal with and stuff on the side of the street. You know what I mean? So I'm going to head off to get breakfast. I think he said bacon and egg butty was like £2.80. £2.80 for bacon and egg butty. That's ridiculous. So yeah, definitely going to check that out. Might grab one to go, take it back to the van and make a cup of tea to go with it. That's my plan. Well, I'm back at the van now, and that breakfast did not disappoint, honestly. Small breakfast I had. Small. It had a massive sausage. It had some nice crispy bacon. It had fried egg. It had mushrooms, beans, tinned tomatoes. It came with buttered toast. It came with a really nice cup of tea, all for £6.50 at the Sunshine Cafe here at Withernsea. Great value for money, a really good quality food. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was really, really good. Can highly recommend the Sunshine Cafe in Withernsea. Can't fault it, honestly. Really, really good. So what am I doing back in the van? I'm just charging up my Apple Watch and charging up my phone. I'm going to try and offload some footage of, well, everything just recently from my phone, because I feel I'm going to run out of storage any second. And then I'm going to go for a walk down as the local guy told me, the Yon End. I'm going to go down Yon End and check out this Blue Lights event. I'll bring you back for that. So this is the Withernsea Seaside Road. And that's me right there. Next to all of this, that's where I spent the night last night. Nice, eh? Blimey, that boat's all the way down there now, that lifeboat. Well, 10:20 now, as you can see. It's dark and it's time for me to get some sleep. I'm a bit exhausted, and yeah, the light show continues out there. Never ceases to amaze me. Don't know if this camera really picks it up, but as I said previously, it's just the lights from the vessels out at sea and the wind turbines, etc. But yeah, everything's already set up. For those people who haven't already seen this set up at night time, I've got all my junk over there on the top of the sink, etc. And my bed's already set up. ready to go. Works on a remote control. I've got a button that I press and it comes up and goes back down again, and vice versa. I do have a surround screen thing that wraps around these windows, and other people are using one of those today further down. I've chosen not to. I've just put my curtains across, which are on a telescopic tension rod, sort of thing you put a shower curtain on, but they do the job. Oh, and I put this sort of padding on as well. This is like a Velcro. I don't know if you can see it actually. I don't know if it's showing up particularly well, but there's like a Velcro strip here that I put on. And I've only put one side of it on, a really rough side, so this has got something better to grip to. Right, to step up to get in, and I stand. My feet are actually on the floor pan of the van, so I can take my shoes off, so I don't have to put them on the bed. I just stand on the heels, push them underneath the bed. There we go. And this door isn't the best door in the world. You've got to give it a right good slam. I'll pull this curtain across. So, and I'm all cosy for the night. But one thing I always do, even though I do feel quite safe around here, one thing I always do is lock the van. And this is the controller for the bed. Most people have never seen it before. So I was going around the stalls early today, as you saw in the video, and someone from the Army Cadet Force, Army Cadets in other words, ran out and gave me one of these. I was giving them out to all sorts of passers-by going past, and is it a survival bracelet or something like that? I don't know what it's called, but it's paracord and stuff, all very cleverly weaved together. I don't know how they do it. My son's got one. He did his himself, and it's very, very good. It's lasted years and years. So this will be a nice little keepsake of the weekend here in Withernsea. So we'll keep that. I won't be wearing it all the time. It's not for me. I don't find it very comfortable because it's quite tight. It's quite a tight fit. So I'll hang it up somewhere and keep it as a nice keepsake though. Nice reminder. I might play a little bit of Switch before going to bed. Morning. Sunday morning. I've just been to the loo, which is all good. And I've just seen this new van arrive. Well, must have arrived last night in the night, but you know what I mean. It's an old Bedford. Now, to put that into context, I don't think they've made Bedford since the 1970s. So, you know, it's a proper old vehicle, that is. And on the back it says retro camping. So it's Bedford retro camping apparently. And for the year, that's in immaculate condition for the year. It's amazing to see it still on the road. Wow. That's pretty cool. Pop top and everything. Now, when I were a lad, that's pretty much the only van you would have seen on the road as a kid growing up. And of course, you might have had the odd transit van, but they weren't quite as popular back then. Because I think it's because they were expensive and whatnot, you know. But God, that's amazing to see. Thought I'd share that with you. So today, the sky's a little bit overcast, as you can clearly see. It's about 7 a.m. No, it's not, it's 8 a.m. I'm going to try and put the panel out here just for an hour or so, facing the wall, so it's not taking up the whole path. So I'm going to try and do that just for an hour or so things start to get busy and people start to wake up and get out and about. If there's anybody moaning about it, I'll move it straight away. That's it, solar panels out now, and it's bringing in about 50 watts, so not great but not awful. And it's still somewhat overcast, shall we say, so 50 watts isn't too shabby, I don't think, under that circumstance. And the sea's a lot calmer today, which is nice. I might go for a walk on the sand later, but I need to stay near the van now. Got the solar panel out. So having this solar panel here, a bit like having a tether. So what I mean to say is, it means you're anchored to the van. You can't really go anywhere and just leave the van, because you can't shut the doors properly to lock them, so you leave your van unlocked if you do that, and it's not insured, and you know, it's not worth it, is it? So it's a little bit of being tethered or anchored to the spot when you put that solar panel out. In fact, it is a metaphorical anchor. You're not going anywhere until you put it back in again, if that makes sense. So that's another good reason of having permanently fixed solar panels. Yeah, permanently fixed solar panels are for the win, there's no doubt about it. Okay, they are far better than a folding solar panel that you put out, I reckon. You know, and just use a folding solar panel as a bit of a backup or an extra bit of a boost, you know, when needed. But yeah, on the roof, far better. But I don't have any on the roof, so that's something I do need to explore and look at, I think. So I've been having an issue trying to charge up my Blue Yeti, because it just wouldn't charge. Now the front 12-volt socket just doesn't really put out enough power to charge anything really, which is why I always charge it from the leisure battery, 12 volt at the back, and got a problem. So I've just pulled the socket out to have a little look, and we can see there's a negative, but the positive has melted away from the socket. Now this is not the first time I've had this issue. This is the offending wire and cable. It's not the first time I've had that issue, and I know that I won't touch it, but that live connection there will just pull off the other part, so I can fit a new socket, which I will do. I'm not going to do it today, but I will do. So I'm wondering if there's just too much power going through there for the socket to handle, and that was only like a £2 or £3 socket from Halfords, sold as a marine socket. But it shouldn't have melted like that, I don't feel. So yeah, so I'm going to leave that disconnected for now. I might Google up now the nearest Halfords and see if I can go get another one. I don't think I'm going to use that socket anymore, but I will connect it up so I've got no wires flying around everywhere. Do you know what I mean? So the wires are safely in situ and not touching or arcing against anything that they should not be. But I would have thought the fuse would have burnt out long before that ever happened, so that's a bit of a concern. So yeah, I think I'll, like I said, I'll change that out, but I won't actually use it again. And in fact, what I have got, I've got some tape, so I'll tape up that loose wire. So I've got a bit more of a peace of mind, it's not touching anything, then there's less of an urgency to get it done, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'll find some tape, I'll tape it up. It's all kicking off here now. This guy in the Suzuki won't move backwards. He's got all the traffic up there backed up. And he's refusing to move. He's got all this space they can go down. Road behind him's empty. He's refusing to back up. So he's got all the traffic ahead. Well, I got back to the van, there were all sorts kicking off then. There was one car trying to get up the road and was nearly at the end of the road. The car in front of him wouldn't let him past. It was kicking off, making all sorts of melodrama, you know, over the top melodrama. I want to be centre of attention kind of melodrama, you know what I mean? And the guy got out and tried to speak to her with reason. And she was extremely aggressive, extremely confrontational, extremely rude, and wouldn't listen to any reason whatsoever. Yeah, quite funny. I was recording it and I explained to the guy why I was recording it, and that was because if anything was to hit my car, because right next to my van, if they used to hit my van, then I wanted it all recorded for evidence for the insurance company and or if necessary the police. So yeah. Anyway, so I'll put that footage in if I haven't already done so, just for your amusement. Marks the end of the Blue Lights event here at Withernsea for 2025 and the end of this video. So I just wanted to say my happy accident of coming to Withernsea instead of going to Cleethorpes paid off in the end. Yeah, absolutely fantastic time I've had here. Superb. I'm stopping here tonight as well, I might as well. And I've just really enjoyed it here. It's been absolutely brilliant. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, then please do remember to like, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.